Grand Rising in Islam. Going to get a quick reading in before I hit the gym. Going to discuss Surah 9 or Chapter 9 of the Moorish Holy Quran. Title: Jesus attends a feast in Bahar, and here he taught human equality. The fame of Jesus as a teacher spread through all the land, and people came from near and far to hear his words of truth. At Bahar, on the sacred river of the Brahms, he taught for many days. Anak, a wealthy man of Bahar, made a feast in honor of his guests, and he invited everyone to come. And many came among the thieves, extortioners, and courtesans, and Jesus sat with them and taught. They who followed him were much aggrieved because he sat with thieves and courtesans. And they upbraided him. They said, Rabboni, Master of the wise, this day will be an evil day for you. The news will spread that you consort with courtesans, and men will shun you as they shun an asp. And Jesus answered them and said, A master never screens himself for the sake of reputation or fame. These are but worthless babbles of the day. They arise and sink like empty bottles on a stream. They are illusions and will pass away. They are the indices to what the thoughtless think. They are noise that people make, and shallow men judge merit by the noise. Allah and all master men judge men by what they are and not what they seem to be, not by their reputation and their fame. These courtesans and thieves are children of my Father Allah. Their souls are just as precious in his sight as yours, or of the Brahmic priests. And they are working out the same life sums that you have solved, you men who look at them with scorn. And some of them have solved much harder than you I have solved. You men who look at them with scorn. Yes, they are sinners and confess their guilt, while you are guilty, but are shrewd enough to have a polished coat to cover up your guilt. Suppose you men who scorn the courtesan, these drunkards, and these thieves, who know that you are pure in heart and life, that you are better far than they, stand forth that man know just who you are. The sin lies in the wish and the desire, not in the act. You covet other people's wealth, you look at charming forms, and deep within your heart you lust for them. Deceit you practice every day, wish for gold, for honor, or for fame, just for your selfish selves. The man who covets is a thief, and she who lusts is a courtesan. You who are none of these, speak out. Nobody spoke. The accusers held their peace. And Jesus said, The proof of this day is against those who have accused. The pure in heart do not accuse. The vile in heart who want to cover up their guilt with holy smoke of piety are never loathing drunkards, thieves, and courtesans. The loathing in this scorn is mockery. For if the tinsel coat of reputation could be torn away, the loud professor would be found to reveal in his lust, deceit, and many forms of secret sin. The man who spends his time pulling other people's weeds can have no time pulling his own. And all the choicest flowers of life will be choked and die, and nothing will remain but darnel, thistles, and burrs. And Jesus spoke a parable. He said, Behold, a farmer had great fields of ripened grain, and when he looked and saw, the blades of many stalks of wheat were bent and broken down. And when he sent his reapers forth, he said, We will not save the stalks of wheat that have the broken blades. Go forth and cut and burn the stalks with broken blades. And after many days he went to measure up his grain, but not a kernel could he find. Then he called harvesters and said to them, Where's my grain? They answered him and said, We did according to your word. We gathered up and burned the stalks with broken blades, and not a stalk was left to carry to the barn. And Jesus said, If Allah saves only those who have broken blades, who have been perfected in his sight, who will be saved? And the accusers hung their heads in shame, and Jesus went his way. Man. Powerful. The man who pulls others' weeds have no time to pull his own. So while you're so busy focusing on someone else's evolution, you're missing yours in the present moment. That's wild. Powerful. Something to think about there. So yeah, be great today. Focus on your journey. And know that we're all working towards becoming perfected men and women. Now, striving for that perfection is a goal. So yeah, we can say, some might say, or we can say, yeah, I'm not perfect. However, we can't use that as an excuse to not strive for perfection. So y'all be great today. This line.